Hi everybody, Bruce Lambert here from howcommunicationworks.com. This is a channel where I teach you about communication skills so you can improve your relationships, succeed at work, and be more confident. I'm traveling in New York for a couple days this week, and I had an experience this morning that I thought you might find amusing and a little bit educational, so I thought I would share it with you. So first of all, as a little bit of background, I think everybody realizes that there are regional differences in communication styles. So for example, in the East Coast, like in New York, maybe people are thought to be generally a bit more verbally aggressive. And maybe in the South, people are very sweet and polite, and they call you honey child, and they say y'all and stuff like that. And in the West, maybe in California, people are very laid back. So these are extremely broad generalizations. But I think the idea of people in New York City, for example, being verbally aggressive may have some truth to it. You know, a lot of my family is from New York, and I'm a little bit verbally aggressive. I think I inherited that kind of culturally from my father and his side of the family. So I'm in the gym this morning, working out at a hotel in New York City. And as I get in there, there's only one other person in the gym. There's an older guy, he's maybe 60 years old. He's wearing headphones, and there's a microphone, and he's having a telephone call. And it sounds like it's a work call, and he's using a lot of profanity. He's talking about a fucking meeting excuse the profanity, this video is gonna have a lot of profanity in it. So he's talking about fucking this and goddamn meeting and whatever else. And he's talking about this meeting. And he's kind of talking loud. It's not bothering me a bit. I'm trying to work out. I've got my own headphones in. I think at this point it's just not bothering me. But then eventually a third person comes into the gym, and he's bothered by this loud talking and maybe by the profanity. So as soon as he gets in, so the first guy's on the treadmill, and the second guy comes in. He's on the treadmill too. He's like, there's one empty treadmill in between them. And the second guy says, could you keep it down? You're shouting. And the first guy just immediately turns to him and says, fuck you. and the other guy says, well, he couldn't believe the first guy was so aggressive, with no provocation. The second guy's like, what? You're shouting. You're being an asshole. And the first guy just looks him right in the eye and says, you're in New York City, motherfucker. The second guy says, what did you call me? And this first guy says, motherfucker. And that's basically how it ended. It was the most bizarre incident I'd ever seen. It didn't come to blows. These were like two 60-year-old businessmen having this argument. But the first guy obviously thought he was entitled to talk as loud as he wanted, and that he couldn't believe someone was going to come in and try to shush him in the gym when he was just basically having a business call and using a little bit of profanity. But when he said, you're in New York City, motherfucker, I thought it was one of the funniest things I'd ever heard, in terms of just, he thought because of where he was, he was justified in using that sort of language. That you can't come to New York City and expect things to be quiet and pristine and not hear any profanity or not hear loud voices or something like that. It's a big, busy city. People talk loudly, people talk aggressively. But I will never forget the lesson that I learned today, which can only be encapsulated as you're in New York City, motherfucker. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. This is more profanity than I normally use in my videos. If you like this kind of video, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. They're not normally filled with profanity. I normally talk about communication skills. Go on over to howcommunicationworks.com and sign up for the email list. We'll send you an ebook about empathy, and we'll teach you how to act when you're not in New York City, and maybe even when you're in New York City and you're not being verbally aggressive. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.